The National Hockey League and Utah have been officially introduced. I'm Jeff Ryer, and this is Inside Utah Hockey Club. The franchise had its first ever regular season win right here at Delta Center on October 8th, 5-2 over the Chicago Blackhawks. It was an exciting moment for all Utahns, especially Ryan Smith. He and his wife Ashley brought the team from Arizona to Utah, and just 5.5 months later, they had this place ready to go. I sat down with Ryan before that inaugural game to talk about bringing a team to Utah. You're just looking behind us. We have real NHL hockey players on the ice in Delta Center getting ready for an NHL game tonight. Can you believe it?
It's crazy. I mean, when you see it in person and you think back to as kids playing, video games with the NHL, and when you just see that shield, it means so much. And to know that we're part of that, and Utah's part of that is pretty crazy.
To me, it seems like it's gone by real fast since in April you announced you're bringing the team here to Utah. What's the process been like?
It's been organized chaos. I mean, just the fact that our SCG team has been able to get the arena. I mean, we had a preseason Jazz game last night, and look at the turnaround. We're going to have to get really good at this. And I think the team is showing that they're up for the task, and it's been pretty cool that we've hired people and we've got this family of people who want to do big things, who want to go and work for the state. And they're really of service to everyone. I mean, they're putting on a show every night for everyone else.
These hockey players, everyone I've talked to has just raved about the people of Utah that they've met and being here. What makes Utah a good fit for the NHL?
I think that we are matching their excitement. It's easy to cheer for these guys too. I mean, you look at the story and where they've come from, and it's not Phoenix or whatever else. It's just they've been in a lot of uncertainty. And I think it's pretty cool that they get the same experience that our Jazz players are getting. And I just look at our future in Utah, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The NHL took a massive bet on us. And there's a lot of other big markets that want teams right now. And the NHL is also having a moment where we're catching it when it's ready to take off.
Yeah, talk about that. This is a team on the rise. You say right place, right time to get the team. Probably the same goes for having the team here in Utah.
We think the NHL is going to have that same trajectory that the NBA's had over the last couple of years. And if I look at where we fit into that, our Jazz team and the hockey team are in similar spots. Maybe one's a year or two ahead, but they both have gone through rebuilds. And I truly believe the best days are ahead for both franchises in their history, which is pretty cool.
You're building a lot now with the practice facility in Southtown and then here Delta Center in downtown Salt Lake City. They're very visible to Utahns driving on I-15 or being downtown. Was that important for you to have them be a cornerstone of the community?
100%. Tenny's an incredible spot. I mean, it's hometown living USA. It's family town and sports town, and then if you combine that, what we're doing in downtown Salt Lake, we're truly anchoring the valley.
So there's been a lot of politicians I've heard say over the years, they're not in favor of building stadiums with taxpayer money for billionaires. What about this project has changed their mind?
Well, I mean, we own the stadium here. Yeah, right. Yeah. So first of all, that's it. I think what we're deciding to do is probably something that's a little unnatural. You probably wouldn't go rebuild a 30-year-old stadium and then sign a lease and a commitment for both teams to be downtown for the next 30 years. And if you think about 30 years, that's pre-Olympics. We are committing to downtown for a very long time. And the economic impact is real. We'll bring well north of $20 billion of economic impact to downtown. And I think what we're working with our state, our city, the county, is to say, how do we take this moment and make it bigger than just what goes on inside the walls here? We're good inside the walls here. How do we extend that experience? And you're going to see this today. You're going to see this as John Stockton Boulevard is shut down. And there's a concert out there, and our experience now goes into part of Salt Lake City. And that's the opportunity that we have. We're only putting the experience in here, And I come from this world of experience, and we've got to put that experience out further, as well as enhance the experience of our convention center and those visitors and Abravanel and the arts and culture. And right now, it's just not set up for that. And so I think everyone realizes that, and this is the compelling event to go do that.
This sport's going to grow tremendously. You played roller hockey back in the day. Your wife, Ashley, watched you at classic skating, I'm guessing, in Orem.
Yes. We were dating. We were dating at the time.
What would that version of yourself, could you believe that you'd bring an NHL team to Utah?
Jeff, I mean, we grew up together, man, like on Grandview Hill. Like, I couldn't believe any of this. This stuff's happening for a reason, and it's happening because of Utah. It's not Ash and I, because if you actually truly were behind the scenes in those meetings with the governors and the decision makers of the NHL, I'm sure they liked us and they liked our youthfulness and where we were, but that wasn't the discussion. The discussion was they were betting on Utah over a bunch of other options, and they were betting on the people of Utah. And so I've said this before, I hope we're carrying ourselves with that same confidence that they have in us, because this place is different. It's different. And let's keep that same vibe that keeps us unique, where Sergachev comes in to town and he's talking about, why are people so nice all the way around? Like, they're offering to unpack my boxes, and they're bringing us cookies, and their families come over. Like, that's a competitive advantage here.
Well, it's going to be an awesome experience. I can't wait to get this thing going, and congratulations. And
well, wish us luck. This is for everyone. It's truly a community asset, and this truly needs to be the loudest place in the NHL. We do not want people feeling like they're coming here for an easy time. And just like it is with hoops, that's what we're going to be known for.
Thank you to Ryan Smith. We appreciate his time and look forward to what he has to bring to the ice this season. Coming up, we're going to revisit that inaugural night, the big win in the regular season against the Chicago Blackhawks. That's coming up next. You're watching Inside Utah Hockey Club.
Kesselring drops it, score! Dylan Gunther, the first in Utah Hockey Club history.
If you missed the inaugural Utah Hockey Club opener, you missed quite the party. Welcome back to Inside Utah Hockey Club. The franchise had their first ever win on opening night against the Chicago Blackhawks with a 5-2 win. Now this season's going to be full of firsts for everyone involved. Let's go back and watch some of those amazing moments from the first goal to the first win on that historic night.
Let's go, Utah! Let's go, Chicago! Go, Utah, baby!
None of this happens without Ryan and Ashley Smith.
If you're not excited to root for this team, I don't know that sports is for you.
Anybody ready to watch hockey?
This has to be the loudest place to play in all of hockey.
It is the fans, it is the players, the coaches, the communities, the NHL, and it is Utah and SEG, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
We're all in on Utah. We're going to have two teams down here for the next 30 years.
From your Utah Jazz, number 23, Larry Markkanen!
Knew he could skate a little bit, yeah. I told him before he went out there, don't fall, because, apparently he fell this morning, so, yeah, it's good he didn't fall.
Thank you for believing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for packing the barn tonight. Let's make it the loudest place to play in the NHL. Let's go.
And now, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, Kaylee Bucio.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
at Delta Center, and we are underway. Kesselring drops it, score! Dylan Gunther, the first in Utah hockey.
Talented and a guy that I've loved playing with last year and a half or so. So he's going to be a huge part of our team, and he's a stud for sure.
Schmaltz, and they scores. It's put in front.
I just tried to drive the net, and Hayes made a great pass to Schmaltz, and he kind of got hooked a little bit, and the puck was just kind of laying there for me. So it's definitely one of the easier ones that I've scored for sure.
Well, these guys are so good. They can make magic by accident. And it just seems like this game was meant to be.
Oh, Hecker's going to break loose. And here we go.
Down hard. And how about Sean Dursey coming to the aid of his teammate?
Hall is there. He's stopped by Connor Ingram.
When you can have a goalie that you trust back there, it gives you more confidence as a group to be able to make plays and just to rely on him. It's nice to have.
Gunther scores! Dylan Gunther!
At the end of the game, when we scored that fourth one, the building erupted, and you see the towels go. I think that's why any of us got into the game of hockey, is that moment right there, that noise, that feeling. That's what gets you out of bed in the morning.
That was the loudest building I ever played in, so that's pretty special.
To the front, they score! Deflected! Lawson Krause!
Trust your line mates, trust your teammates.
It's pretty cool. That building was special. To see all the towels going, it's pretty special to be a part of.
This is history, it's only going to happen once.
It takes a great organization and great leaders of an organization to accomplish something this monumental this quickly.
Boy, that was a perfect start for the Utah Hockey Club as they begin their run in the NHL this season. But the Milestones didn't just start with that first win over the Blackhawks. Superstar Clayton Keller is the first ever captain of the Utah Hockey Club. He got that honor before that inaugural game. Coming up, we'll meet the man who wore a C on his chest on the ice all season long.
To play in this league is a huge honor. But to be a captain is a whole nother level, and means so much to me. And
it's a special thing to become a captain in the National Hockey League. Welcome back to Inside Utah Hockey Club. Clayton Keller's resume is long, and he added another important bullet point before the puck drop this season. The St. Louis area native became the first ever Utah Hockey Club captain. It's a role his teammates and coaches believe he's well suited for.
Massive leadership from Clayton Keller.
In those big moments, you notice there's only a few players who kind of have that ability to zone in and, be clutch is basically what I can say. And, Clayton Keller is one of them.
Steered away, Keller will pick it off, and Clayton Keller comes in, he shoots, he scores! OT winner, and Utah goes home happy.
One of the best competitors I've been around, and he really pushes the pace, and he demands a lot from everyone. And those are the qualities you want to have in a leader.
First thing with a leader, it needs to be the kind of guy you want to follow. You want him to give the right example. You want him to be sharing this similar value. The captain is the representative of the player. So you want someone who cares about his teammate, who's popular in the room, where the guys relate to this guy. So I think Kels has all those qualities.
Captain. It's a title that isn't bestowed on hockey players lightly. Clayton Keller's constant desire for improvement is one of the reasons he's now the leader of the Utah Hockey Club.
It's funny because there were a few questions they were asking him, which kind of captain compared to another captain. That's not what Kels is. Kels is a guy who look at everybody and what he can take from this guy, what he can take from Tom Brady, what he can take from Cody Bryant. He wants the best of everybody.
When I was younger, my dad always, harped on me. At my size, I was a little bit smaller, and he said if I wanted to play at the next level and play this game, I had to work twice as hard, and he was right. And so that's kind of what I did. I every single day after school, I was shooting pucks. I was getting better. And maybe other kids weren't doing the same, and I think that's kind of always something that's been instilled in me and something that's still with me to this day.
When we had our first discussion towards captaincy, I asked him, okay, well, when you will have struggle, what will you do? Okay, I will reach out to this person, this person, this person. This guy went through it. I want to talk to him. He already had a process, and it's not singular from him. Okay, that's what I will do. No, he wants perfection.
To play in this league is a huge honor. But to be a captain is a whole nother level, and it means so much to me. And I'm just super excited, and can't wait to lead the guys. It won't be perfect all the time, and those are the guys that you're going to lean on when you need help.
He wants to be the best version of Clayton Keller.
That innate desire to strive to be better is something Keller's dad Brian and Grandpa Bill instilled in him as a kid, especially Bill before he passed away in 2015.
He was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, part of my youth hockey, driving me to practice every single school night, picking me up from basketball practice after school to hockey to dinner after to home. He was always there. He was doing my homework for me sometimes. We spent a lot of time away from the rink as well. We always went fishing and stuff. So they were both huge parts of my success and the person I am today.
His first call after becoming captain of the Utah Hockey Club was to his parents and his grandma. It's a conversation his dad had been waiting to have.
He had told me throughout the summer that he wanted it to happen, and he knew I was ready for it, and just was super happy and congratulated me, and told me to just be myself and continue to do what I do.
Keller's rise to the captaincy has been building for years.
I remember after our first year having that discussion with, at the time, Shane Doan and Bill Armstrong, saying, I think he may have captain potential. And at the time it was maybe. And then, the following year it was, okay, yeah, we see it. We had other guys who were improving as well. And I think last year it became more and more clear. It was a matter of making sure he was ready for the challenge when called upon.
Nobody cares more. Nobody competes harder. He is somebody that represents not only myself, but Bear and also the hockey club in a great way, a way that we believe that we can win a championship in the future with his leadership.
The captain, ladies and gentlemen, and he's already had some great moments on the ice for the fans in the Beehive State. Play-by-play announcer Matt McConnell has seen Keller grow up with this franchise. He took the mic in 2011 in Arizona and has followed the team here to Utah. Coming up, we'll hear from the man who will be the voice of the Utah Hockey Club.
Being part of the ground level experience is very, very special because you get to help grow the sport. You get to help sell the sport to fans.
Some people grow up knowing they were meant to hold a microphone. Welcome back to Inside Utah Hockey Club. I'm Jeff Ryer. The franchise's first ever play-by-play announcer, Matt McConnell, is no stranger to NHL fans. He's been calling games for nearly 30 years with 6 different franchises. Lucky for us, he wasn't a great mathematician, so now we get to hear his great calls in the sport he loves, hockey.
A minute remaining in overtime. Last minute of play in the period. Keller works it, scores! That was in! Clayton Keller has won it in overtime. Oh my! And Utah remains perfect.
In my first term in college at Michigan State, I failed math and science, and I got a B in English. And I went home at Christmas, and I was on academic probation right away. And I looked at my uncle was a sports editor for a newspaper. And I said to him, I said, Uncle John, I said, I don't know if this finance thing is going to work out for college because I failed math and I failed science. And I've always thought about, in the back of my mind, maybe getting into what you do, whether it's sports writing or sports broadcasting. And it was Christmas time, and he's sitting there and he's got a cocktail, and he takes a big old drink of his cocktail. And he goes, well, you know what, kid? You don't want to get 25 years down the road and look back and say, what if? And that did it.
McConnell changed his major to telecommunications, which didn't require math or science. Lucky for Matty. The proud Spartan has been calling NHL action since 1993 when he got his start with the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Being a hockey broadcaster is the next best thing to having played the game, right? Not only was I not a great math and science student in college, I washed out of Bantam hockey when the family lived up in northern Minnesota way back. And I realized, I always looked at broadcasting as a way to stay around the game that I love, and hockey is my first love when it comes to sports. Hockey, especially when you watch it live, is the greatest sport out there. The speed, the skill, the finesse, the physical side of the game, I think it's got everything.
Incredible backdrop here tonight in downtown Salt Lake City.
McConnell's arrival in Utah marks the third expansion team he's joined in his career.
Being part of the ground level experience is very special because you get to help grow the sport. You get to help sell the sport to fans.
He's not been in Utah long, but can already feel the spirit of the people here and looks forward to them welcoming him and the broadcast team into their homes on game nights.
I like the fact that we have an opportunity to tell stories and make it fun for the fans, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it enjoyable to watch and really to kind of get ingrained into their world and their community.
Thanks to Maddie and everyone involved in making this first edition of Inside Utah Hockey Club a special one. We also thank you at home for watching and look forward to you joining us in our next edition in November. Thanks for watching. See you next time.